Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. My name is Josh Elohim. I'll be your speaker for today. Just some quick housekeeping for the purposes of this call. Everyone's going to be muted. That way we can get through it smoothly. Once we go ahead and you can go ahead and ask questions at the end. A little Q&A session we'll do there. Again, this webinar is regarding selling life insurance from home with the Redtail quote and apply integration. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Josh Elohim. So as you can see on my screen here, we just recently integrated with Redtail. We're really excited about it. In order to turn on your Back 9 Insurance quote and apply link, all you do is you go into your Redtail account, you're going to go to your integrations tab, and you're going to find Back 9 Insurance. You pick, here you go, you pick Back 9 Insurance, and then it's going to ask, and then you hit the activate button. It's going to ask you for your NPN number. You put that in, and you're able to run a quote. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead here. Once you plug in your information, you go to your contact section, which I'm in right now. You go back to your integration tab, and you pick Back 9 Insurance. So you're going to see here, this is how it's going to look when you're ready to run a quote. If you haven't done it yet, you have to activate it. It's going to ask you for your NPN, and then you can go ahead and start a quote there. So here we go. Quote and apply, what it is, it's the first ever multi-carrier agent and or consumer-facing e-application for life insurance. I know it's a mouthful. In essence, we give you a link, a landing page, a website. It allows you or your client to run life insurance quotes in seconds and then apply in minutes. So I'm going to show you two different platforms. I'm going to show you this inside of Redtail, and then I'm also going to show you outside of Redtail. So here's kind of what it looks like. Because of the Redtail integration, you'll see some of this information is going to be auto-populated. So I'm going to go ahead and we ask the client's first and last name. We hit the next button. Because we already know that it's a male here, see how it auto-populates that as well. Here's the first question that we're going to ask you, your client's health. So you can put in 5 hearts as preferred best. You see you have a 10% chance of getting that, all the way down to 1 heart, which is a low standard rating. I'll just pick 4. We ask a smoker, non-smoker question, but as we know now that people are actually smoking different things right now. So the question is, what are you smoking? And then how often are you smoking it? If you don't smoke at all, you just say never. Another big thing that knocks people out of their preferred best category is their height weight. So if they're 5'9", 300 pounds, they're not going to get the best health class. So hence I can put it in here. It is a personal question, so I can also hit the skip button. As you see here, it's going to auto-populate your client's date of birth, and I hit the next button. And just like that, we get rates. What we've noticed on our side is that millennials, they have no patience, right? They want it, and they want it right now. But guess who else doesn't have patience? Older people. They've been around the block, been there, done that. So really, nobody has patience. So all we're doing right now is we're just giving you the rates right away. If you look here, it's showing $1 million, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 40-year term right in front of you. This is great, Josh. I don't need $1 million. I actually need $10 million of life insurance. See how fast that updates? The system is very interactive. I'm going to pivot now to our just a kind of a bigger platform to give you more of a visual here. So we're at the same place here. So don't you love when your client calls you and says, hey, can I have $1 million, 750, 500? Can I get 10, 15, 20, and 30-year term? You're like, why me, God? So look at now, it's just all right there, very interactive, right? Very simple to use here. So if I was to hit this next button, it's going to show me the cheapest company first. And when I scroll down here, here's the magic. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 15 different options for you and your clients. So people think because this is so easy, it's only for small cases. Here, look at, I could write as big of a policy as a $40 million policy as the carrier will allow me to. There we go. Now, obviously, you have to go through financial justification to qualify here, but just letting you know, again, this is not just for small cases. Let's go back to $1 million here. Hit the rerun button. So if you look here, obviously we're in very interesting times here with the coronavirus. A lot of people are scared to get exams. So in this situation, I can pay an additional $1.05, and I can go with a company that'll allow you to skip the exam. Just so you know, this company will go up to $1 million up to age 60, no blood, no urine. Just a heads up, they do their homework. So a lot of agents think I'm just going to have my slide my rated decline people through here and no one will know about it. They do a prescription database, they do the motor vehicle report and the MIB. So they also do a telephone interview. So they do their homework. This is someone who maybe has white coat syndrome, was afraid of needles. Maybe someone wants to get a bank loan, or maybe there's a coronavirus and your client does not want to get examined. So that's a great option. Again, it's $1 million term or permanent up to age 60. And again, so let's go back down here. A few more really cool things to show you. I'm sure you've all heard the terminology, people are underinsured. We built this really cool calculate button and we actually built it for your clients, but we realized as agents absolutely love this. And just to remind you, everything you're doing here that can be done by you, the agent, but also can be done 100% by the client. So this is a cool calculator here. So look at, I'll just plug in some information. What's your mortgage, Mr. Client? How much debt do you have? How many kids? What are their ages? So if I was not here tomorrow, how much money would my beneficiary need? Let's just say 100,000 to make it even. And how many years? Well, I have a 7-year-old, so I'll say 15 years. See that big jump right there? That's why people are underinsured, by the way. How much do I have in life insurance right now? I have nothing. Shame on you. How much do you have in savings? Let's just say 50,000. So there's my number. That's how easy it was to figure out my life insurance. If I want, I can hit this show breakdown button. It shows me a breakdown of my debt, my education, my living expenses, and my savings as well. Really straightforward, easy to understand. Because this could be done by you or your client, you just want to give them options to be able to figure out what the need is very quickly. If I want that number, I just hit this update button. You see how it just pops it into there? There you go. So let's just go down to 1 million here. So this software is really cool in the fact that obviously you can take this software, you can put it onto your own website, you can put it, you have a link that we create for you that you can send out to the masses, whether it be social media, LinkedIn, Facebook. But really the scariest part about this technology is the cross-marketing part. And I think this is one of the things that Redtail loved as well. So you have the ability here to actually partner with any of your current or future cross-marketing relationships you built over years and years of time. So let me give you a visual, since I am a visual person here. We had an agent who loves our software. He's licensed in a bunch of states, and he found this company called Money Tips. Now, Money Tips does not sell life insurance, but they sell a lot of stuff. If you look at your credit management, debt optimization, mortgage protection, again, they don't sell life insurance. So he went back and forth with them, and they convinced him to offer life insurance. Now, take a look at this. Does that look familiar to you? Do you see the agent's name here anywhere by chance? Do you see our company, Back 9 Insurance? So what this means now is you have the ability as the agent to white label and partner with any of your cross-marketing opportunities like you never have in the past. This has been an absolute game changer here. So that's how easy it is to really partner. And we set you up in the system where you can just type in someone's address, you can put in their logo, and you can make it look just like this. So again, any of your cross-marketing relationships here. We all know life insurance 9 times out of 10 is not mandatory, correct? Well, there are some situations where it is. Let's say you have a business and you want to get a $500,000 loan. Well, there's one thing that the bank might ask for, life insurance, correct? Well, let me give you another visual here. We had an agent who was successful in getting us into a bank. Now, I'm sure you all know the red tape there is to get into a bank. It's not easy at all. Well, this has been successfully done now. So any banking relationship you have, as you know, they probably have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of clients. Great opportunity for you to partner in a way that you've never been able to partner before, and you can offer this life insurance here. Again, this software can be done by you, the agent, but also 100% by your client. So again, I'm a visual person. I always show visuals here. So we have some real, I'm not going to go through all the products, but if you look here, term insurance is pretty straightforward. We also have return of premium, get all your money back for what you put into it. We have accidental death, which is basically guaranteed issue. I can also go over to the permanent side here, and we have a plethora of products on the permanent side from, I call it guaranteed UL, term for life. Normally term insurance goes for 30 years, but now I can go to age 95, 100, or even 120. I hit that next button, and again, you're shopping. There you go. cheapest player first, second, third, fourth, fifth. We also have final expense. Basically, the process here is a lot of people fail to plan and they didn't plan properly. So you can put that right on your site now, and people can go on there and they can apply for life insurance. We have Index Universal Life. If you're a fan or not a fan, there it is. We've made it really simple. We also have whole life insurance on here, which we're really excited about. And we have Universal, which you can also add a long-term care rider. So I'm going to give you that quick visual, and then we're going to go ahead and show you the application, how simple it is, how smooth it is. So I know long-term care is a big issue for a lot of people. I also know that if you're a financial planner, you also want to protect your assets under management. So all you do here is you pick your death benefit. Just so you know, the way the long-term care rider works is you can simply add whatever your death benefit is. It gives you a pool of money for long-term care. So if I have $1 million death benefit, I add the long-term care rider. Again, it gives me that pool of money for long-term care. If I have a long-term care issue, it simply draws down from the death benefit dollar for dollar. So all I do is I pick my death benefit, I hit the next button. The reason why this is such a game changer is because normally you have to call your GA, you have to wait for an illustration. I'm a big fan of Zoom. You can jump on there and you can go do this right in front of your client. So you see how fast that was? Again, this is a permanent life insurance illustration. I have a few different options from John Hancock, Nationwide, Prudential. So again, there's my $1 million death benefit. This is great, Josh. What about the long-term care rider? I scroll down here. I say with LTC rider. I add that. I can do up to 4%. I hit this rebutton button. Again, never in the history of our business have you been able to pivot so quickly right in front of your client. So what we're seeing on our side here is meetings are going from 3 or 4 meetings all the way up to 1 or 2, just because I can give the client what they need on the spot. And if you use software like GoToMeeting or you use software like Zoom, it's something you can do right on the spot here, and you can talk to your client during these times here where you can actually sell life insurance right from home. So if you look here, I just added the long-term care rider. There it is. I can get up to $1 million of death benefit, and then I can get up to 4% or up to $40,000 for long-term care. Now, some people might say that seems like a lot of money for long-term care. There's a study done, the cost of long-term care in 2013, about $75,000. In 2048, you're looking at almost $500,000. So there's a big challenge with long-term care. I'm sure everyone on this call has someone, whether it be their parents or grandparents, that were affected by it. So all the application process is the same when it comes from term, when it comes to permanent. It's all the same for every product I just showed you right now. So what happens here, let's say your client's like, this is great, well, what's next? Well, just so you know, also, if you need as well, we have the illustration. I could pull it up right there if I have to go further. There's the illustration. But if they say what's next, that kind of means they want to buy, right? So I always joke around and say, hey, I like in a situation where you like John Hancock, but they actually want to date you as well. They have some questions for you, meaning an application and an exam. So if you look here, this is going to be about a 60 or 70 page application, very, very long with paper. So I can hit this apply button and it brings me right into the application. Did you see how easy that was? This is available in all 50 states. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my client's email and I'm going to put in their phone number. 2 very important things are going to happen when I hit this next button. The first thing is whatever email I put in there, that person is going to receive an email. So technically I could send them this, hit the next button, and they can go ahead and finish the application themselves. They click on it, they put in their date of birth and complete it. Let's say I take my link and I put it on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, or I put it on someone else's website or my website. If someone clicks on it and applies, you probably want to know about it, correct? Well, that also happens when I hit this next button. So I put the first part of my address in here. You see how all the information just auto-populates? We pull from the computer's IP address, so it's scary and cool at the same time. I put my years I've been there. We just added this recently, but there's some policies where people they don't have an income. So whether it be disabled, a homemaker, student, so you can say no. Let's just assume yes, they are employed. So what's the company name? Okay. How about the company address? You see how all the information auto-populates again? So here we go. Will the insured be the owner of the policy? If no, who will be? Will it be a business, a trust, or individual? If they will be, then you can say, okay, now who's the beneficiary? Again, this can be owned by a trust, a business, or individual. We are set up for 1035s here. Just to make it easy, I'll say individual. We'll say Mrs. Doe. We'll say this is the wife. We'll save that. If I want, I can split it up 50-50 with the beneficiary here. Keep going. I can add a contingent beneficiary to back up the primary. So if you do this through Redtail, a good amount of this information is going to also auto-populate because you have it in your system there. If you have it in your system, it'll auto-populate. But I'll just fill it in here for now. It is still extremely easy. I put in a driver's license number. I put in the state. You see I've done this a few times, correct? If the client has any existing life insurance, you just add the policy right here. Let's just say no for now. We are moving right along. By a raise of hands of people I can't see, how many times you've had an issue with an APS, the annual physician statements? They can take forever. You're going to absolutely love this. I'd say recently, about 5 years ago, a lot of these big medical facilities made it mandatory to have your records online. So all you have to do with your client or your client can do it themselves. They come on here, you pick your medical facility. Out here in California, we have Kaiser, we call it the kiss of death. It could take 2 or 3 months to get records. So if it's not one of these facilities, you type it in here. I'd say 80% of facilities are on here, but your small and mom pop shops might not potentially be on there. So let's just say it was Kaiser. I click on the company, I put my client's username and their password in. Once I hit the connect button, we are able to pull those medical records instantaneously right on the spot. Absolute game changer. If for some reason the client does not know their username and password, you can hit forgot and reset it here. Let's say they don't have an account, you can go ahead and create an account. It's not the end of the world if you say no right here, because guess what? Once we go, let's say a week goes by and we ask for the APS, then we're simply just going to do the same exact strategy as well as our normal copy service. So let's keep going here. Believe it or not, we're almost finished here. So in the past, you had to kind of print, fax, mail, scan your application to your client, which you don't mind doing, but how many times that application never came back? Now we added this really cool invite feature. I hit the invite button. I paste that into an email, copy and close. Hey, Mr. Smith, great talking to you today. Took the liberty of starting your application for you. All he has to do is click on the link. He puts in the date of birth, and it takes him right back to wherever you left off in the application. Problem solved. If I didn't put my height, weight in the beginning, I have to put it in now. So there you go. I know most of the information is going to be no here, so I'll just go ahead and run through this here. If I did say yes, not the end of the world, it's just going to ask me to plug in the information. Again, this is the reason I picked this application to do. This is the longest application that we have. It's life with long-term care rider. You're probably talking about, again, a 60 or a 70-page paper application. Through quote and apply, you can get this done in about 10 minutes. Maybe if your client's doing it by themselves, maybe 15 minutes by themselves. So we just answered all the medical questions. It was that simple. We have a lot of agents who are trained to collect money before they leave the meeting. So we added this cool feature of filling out an EFT form, routing number, account number. It does not bill the client. It just makes it so you don't have to go back and ask for it again at the end of the sale. You can also say no. So by a raise of hands here, how many people have had nightmare stories when it comes to the exam? You got the examiner, you got the client, you got the agent, and you got the GA. A lot of things can go wrong. You're going to absolutely love this. Based on whatever zip code you put in across the country, this is a live calendar from exam 1 of real times to set up your exam. So let's just say I want to lock in this Friday at 10:15, right? All I do is I hit schedule, I hit yes. We just booked the exam. It was that easy. The client gets a calendar invite right to their calendar, and then the examiner calls the client the day before to remind them of the exam. So ever since we've implemented this new system, our exam completion ratio has gone through the roof, and you can probably see why. Last 2 steps here. Let's say for some reason, maybe you're not using Zoom and you can't sign for the client, you can hit sign via email. Let's say that you're in front of the client when we get past all this madness. You're doing this on the phone via Zoom, or the client's doing this 100% by themselves. You just hit sign now. And just like that, all the information auto-populates a DocuSign. You got yourself a fully completed 60, 70-page application. My finger's getting tired here. So there you go. There's a full life with long-term care rider application done in about, what, 2 minutes and 48 seconds, minus us talking here. So I'm sure you're probably all familiar with DocuSign. Again, I love Zoom just because it gives you the ability to actually pass the screen. So what you would do right here is you would pass the screen to your client. And again, sell life insurance from home. That's what I really mean here. So you would just go ahead and pass to the client. They hit the accept, they hit adopt, and now the client's signing the application right in front of you from the convenience of your own home. Hopefully you're all probably familiar with DocuSign. If you've heard of it, it's a super simple. It's hard to mess this up. So we're signing the application. If you look here, this is the actual illustration I'm signing right here. I hit finished. Welcome to the future where life insurance is heading. We just completed a 70-page application very fast. Just so you know, the most important person in this conversation, which is the client, it's done. They don't have to do anything else. So you're going to receive an email as the agent once the client signs from DocuSign. It's going to ask for the last 4 of your social to verify. You put in, you DocuSign your part, sign, sign, sign. You do your agent report, and you're finished. Once you finish that, we've built a technology called the BOSS, and this stands for Back Office Support System. What this does now is it tracks all your business from submission to commission. What good is it to have this great software on the front end if it goes back to taking forever to get my case done and I don't know what's going on in the back end? This is a great system. It tracks all of your cases. There's a shortcut called eApps that you go into. Every single app that gets run, it'll appear right here for you at your fingertips. If you want, this only shows 10 people. You can go a step further and go to quote and apply, dashboard, and it's going to show anyone that's clicked on any of your multiple links there, right there on the spot. Okay, this is great, Josh. What about my cases? I go to cases here. I pull up my case. This is going to actually show you all your cases right here. I can click on the policy number and look at this. It's going to show me the carrier, the policy number when it comes out, the client, tons of details right at your fingertips here for you and for your clients. And we get it. It's not always that you really need to have this information. It's because your client calls you and says, what's going on? Full transparency on the spot. I can go to my documents and I can see all from my applications to my APSs to my illustrations. I can see all the parties in the case. I can see the revenue once the commission gets paid. And there's also a timeline as well. This is great, Josh, but like where's my case really at? I can hit this open taskbar and I can see everything that's been completed as well as everything that's outstanding. This is full transparency at your fingertips. The BOSS does a lot more, but again, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there just because I want to, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Give me a call. Here's all my contact information. Love the chance to speak with you. Love the chance to get you set up and help you to start offering life insurance to all your current and future clients. Again, my name is Josh Elohim. I greatly appreciate your time. You have any questions, give me a call. Love the chance to work with you and love the chance to help you get set up. Thank you again and have a blessed day.